At a time when the world's focus is on the Gaza conflict where thousands have lost their lives, something is transpiring in the Red Sea near the Horn of Africa, causing destabilization in the entire Middle East and worldwide. Yemeni Houthis have seized the most strategic point in the world, targeting 12 container ships with missiles and drones in the past 2 months, severely impacting global trade. In response to this action, the American and British navies carry out significant bombardments on Yemen on the 11th and 12th of January. This action resulted in the Houthis launching another drone attack on a ship traveling through the Red Sea on the 16th of January, escalating the tensions greatly. When Israel initiated an attack on Gaza, Iranian-backed Yemeni Houthis declared full support for Hamas. However, due to Yemen's distance from Gaza, approximately 2,000 kilometers, the Houthis could not directly engage in the war. This led to their declaration in November 2023 stating they would attack every ship traveling through Yemen in the Red Sea, which is either moving to Israel, coming from Israel, has an Israeli flag, or any Israeli citizens on board. These attacks will continue until Israel ceases its attacks on Gaza. These attacks have severely disrupted global trade due to the crucial importance of the Red Sea area to worldwide transport. Sea trade is crucial for the global economy, and 80% of our world trade occurs through seas, one of which is the Red Sea. This sea is the hottest and most dangerous geopolitical area of the 21st century due to 2 choke points: the Suez Canal in Egypt and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait in Yemen. Ships from the Middle East and Asia cross the Indian Ocean and enter the Red Sea via this 28-kilometer choke point, and then sail through the Suez Canal to the Mediterranean Sea, from where they journey to Europe and America. And this is the most direct route to connect Asia and the Middle East to Europe. 10% of the world's oil and 6% of the natural gas supply pass through this 28-kilometer choke point. Currently, ships take this route as it's the only alternative one. This is the route that container ships used to cross the entire African continent before the construction of the Suez Canal. But this route is 7,400 kilometers longer than the Suez Canal route. This makes fuel more expensive, which is why shipping companies are losing millions of dollars after the attack by the Yemeni rebels. To date, the rebels have targeted at least 30 commercial ships with missiles and drones, leading to the world's 5 largest container shipping companies shutting down their operations in the Red Sea. This includes Denmark's Maersk Line, France's CMA CGM, Germany's Hapag-Lloyd, and Switzerland's MSC. These 5 companies hold 50% of the world's shipping capacity, and recently British Petroleum also announced the closure of its operations in the Red Sea. If a few more companies follow suit, despite this, France, Italy, and Spain have refused to proceed. Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE are also absent from this operation. China and Russia, who have military bases in Djibouti, are still quietly observing everything. China and Russia remain silent on all this. We're seeing political differences from all sides, but neutrality on one side. There is another significant factor, which is the high cost of halting Houthi drones. This can also mean a loss of millions of dollars. Hence, the Houthis have one suitable condition. Similarly, the Houthis have 2 more potent weapons. One is ballistic missiles with a range of 1,400 kilometers, which can target anything within this range on the ground. The other is anti-ship cruise missiles with a range of 40 to 800 kilometers, which are very accurate against any ship. These ballistic missiles are very cheap compared to these top Western weapons. So this has turned into a very complex conflict, and a lot of countries do not want to be a part of it right now. This blockade will also have a very negative effect on Egypt because it earns $10 billion from ships passing through the Suez Canal. That's why when the containers go through the Africa route, the ejection economy will get a good hit. Saudi Arabia is still silent on the issue. Since 2015, however, Saudi Arabia has been fighting against Yemeni Houthis. But now, the wrestling of Saudi Arabia has against Yemen. Given, Saudi Arabia has also signed peace treaties with the Sentinel Yemeni leadership. According to some analysts, Saudi Arabia is also very angry with the USA. because when Yemeni drones attacked Saudi Arabia's oil pipelines, there was no significant proactive response from the United States. That's why Saudi Arabia is now looking at the whole situation by becoming just a spectator. But on the other hand, the UAE is putting a lot of pressure on the United States to carry out a full-scale attack on the Hoseas, Anti and Baka's UAE Yemen. And for the past few years, the UAE has been taking a lot of interest in Yemen. And the reason for this is the huge oil reserves discovered in Yemen. According to reports, Yemen is the second largest in the world after Venezuela. Tapadel has reserves and many Arab countries don't want them to. The control is in the hands of the Houthis. According to Yemeni economist Hassan Ali, Saudi Arabia has signed a deal with the USA. The secret agreement has been made due to which Yemen has been in power for the last 30 years. These oil reserves have been prevented from being utilized. According to research by international drilling companies, Yemen has more oil reserves than the entire Persian Gulf. Similarly, in January 2013, Sky News reported that Yemen owns 34% of the world's yellow reserves, all in Al Yof province. If these reserves are utilized, Saudi Arabia's oil export has suffered a huge dent, and that's why Yemenis feel it. That Saudi Arabia is the biggest culprit in Yemen's current situation because it promoted civil war in Yemen for their own benefit, but among Yemenis. Now there has been a lot of awareness, the whole world has given them many years, but now they are taking matters into their own hands in just a few days. The hands and feet of many world powers have swelled, and now the Hoseas have. It has also threatened that if Israel does not stop the Gaza war, they will blow up all the internet cables passing through the Red Sea, after which internet connectivity of Asia and the Middle East will end. That's why I said at the beginning of the video that Yemen is so much of the world. And the advantage point is that the activities here are all over the Middle East and Avampuri. They can destabilize the world. 2024 is going to bring a lot of challenges. The tension between Iran and Pakistan is also a part of this larger geopolitical game. The next few months, but weeks, are going to be very despotic. You're going to see huge changes in the geopolitical world, and we're going to make videos on these topics soon. Here are all the sources from which we consulted for this video. If you want to watch such informative videos, then subscribe to the channel so that you can continue to get timely notifications. Let's take care of yourself with another interesting topic in the next video.